Well, as the basho nears to a close, the sole Yokozuna Masashi Maru is clearly in the lead with 12 straight wins. And he's only one win away from victory. 5 others are next in place, but all with 3 losses. In theory, Masashi Maru could lose all of his last 3 bouts, and then there could be a playoff. But it seems very unlikely. Results so far show that the Yokozuna are a class apart. Hopefully the next basho, Yokozuna Tochinohana, will return from his 6th basho absence and threaten Masashi Maru's dominance of the sumo scene. But there's many an upset in sumo, so let's stay with it and see who will come through to take the Emperor's Cup on the last day. So on to our first bout of day 13. It's between Tochinohana, who was known as Yachi in the sumo world. He's fighting Jumonji. They fought 4 times previously, and Tochinohana has won all 4 of them. Well, it's a good start there. Jumonji is hovering on the edge, managing to fight back. Looked like he was just going to get pushed straight out, and well, that's a nice little flip, turnover. Tochinohana gets his 8th loss, and Jumonji gets his 5th win. And the referee there shouting out his name in a slightly long, drawn-out, high-pitched voice. Now, Kotoryu, 142 kilos against Kyokushuzan, almost the same weight, 144 kilos. Had lots of fights in the past. Kotoryu's won 2/3 of them. Very careful start, and then not so much into a crash of bodies, but a very careful hands-on. Kyokushuzan there seems to deal with Kotoryu without too much trouble. Kotoryu's suffering a little bit. Maybe it's a resurgence of his old injury, who's to say. So 9th win for Kyokushuzan. He's certainly doing very well. His last basho only had 2 wins. Now Tochisakae fights Wakanoyama. So Wakanoyama across the ring a little bit faster, but then gets driven back almost immediately by Tochisakae. Tochisakae's got a little lump there on his right side of his chest. That's what you get. It's called Butsukari Tako. That's what you get from a particular type of sumo training, where one wrestler stands in the middle of the ring and the others crash out into his body and drive him backwards. Always on the right side, never on the left side, because it's reckoned to be dangerous because it's too close to the heart. So now Hamanishiki against Otsukasa. Well, that was Chumon sumo, as they call it, sumo to order. Otsukasa knew that Hamanishiki, or at least guessed that Hamanishiki would come out with a very fast drive, probably a little bit too low, and he slapped him down with hatakikomi. And you can hear the crowd, the way they react to Takamisakari here fighting Shimotori. As Shimotori some 10 kilos heavier than Takamisakari, but Takamisakari looks very determined. Locks in tight, gets both arms on the inside. That's the Morozashi hold, and from there it's up slightly to the side as he tips him over the edge. So 8th win there, and Kachikoshi for Takamisakari, 5th loss for Shimotori. Takamisakari is 26, this is his 4th Gucci basho. And then he goes along the Hanamichi, the flower path. See the way he walks, slightly strange walk. Difficult to say whether it's his bad knees or just the way he is. Now Kotonowaka is the man who will take over and run a stable when he retires, since he's married the stable master's daughter. Here fights Kaiho. They fought 9 times previously. Kotonowaka's won 6 of them. Now, Kaiho seems to want to trade belt sumo with Kotonowaka. Kotonowaka's some 50 kilos heavier, so it doesn't sound a very good idea. But Kaiho normally fights much more open sumo, lots of twists and turns. Well, there Kaiho gets his 7th loss, and Kotonowaka gets his 7th win. Now Akinoshima, who's having a dreadful basho, with 3 wins so far, got 9 losses. Against Chiyotenzan, we've got, apparently he was bullying one of his stable assistants. Miyabiyama also had that reputation too some time ago. There's a certain amount of hazing, or hard times are meted out to the younger newcomers in sumo. That goes with the course, as it were. But Chiyotenzan seems to have overdone it. So Chiyotenzan wins that one, so I'm told. So that's 5th win for Chiyotenzan, 10th loss for Akinoshima. Takanonami, he injured his big toe earlier in this basho, not doing at all well. He's only got 2 wins. Fighting Daizen, who's got 2 wins as well, so very even between these two. Takanonami uses his greater height there because he Daizen just hovering on the edge. Well, they virtually went halfway round the circle there before Daizen stepped out. 3rd win for Takanonami, despite his big toe injury. And 11th loss for Daizen. Well, Daizen's at Maegashira 4, so he won't be too worried. Of course, they could put a bit more pressure on these Maegashira wrestlers by putting their pay in stages. So Maegashira 1 would get the highest level, and then Maegashira 14 or 15 would get the lowest. So it would encourage them to fight maybe a bit harder. Toki there. Almost. Well, that was a moment of inattention. Toki looked as if he had Tamakasuga right on the edge there, ready to shove him out. Seemed to slacken off, and Tamakasuga came straight back and forced him out with oshidashi. A moment's inattention, and that's a loss. Aminishiki fighting Takanowaka. Takanowaka from the Naruto stable, which has got roughly 26 wrestlers, number 3 in size. Sushigawa is the one with the most wrestlers in, and the most Makuuchi wrestlers as well. It's got 6 Makuuchi wrestlers in the Sushigawa stable. Well, Takanowaka wins that one, very neatly done, with yoritaoshi. So 6th win for him, 9th loss for Aminishiki. Now Miyabiyama. Tochinonada. They've had 14 head-to-heads previously. Miyabiyama's won 9 of them. Miyabiyama's some 16 kilos heavier than Tochinonada. Pretty hard driving start there. They miss heads. There's an attempt at a pull down from Miyabiyama. Gets driven back to the edge as he tries it. Tries to swing Tochinonada around with his back to the ring, and then does the overarm throw. Well, it's the referee gave it to Tochinonada there, but one of the judges has objected to that. It looks clear enough. Looks to me like Miyabiyama got it. We said that Tochinonada's elbow touched down ahead of Miyabiyama, so victory goes to Miyabiyama. And that's a black mark against the Gyoji, the referee, missing the winner there. 9th win for Miyabiyama, 7th loss for Tochinonada. Now Wakanoyama Sato, he's got 7 wins so far. He's at Komusubi rank. If he wins this one, that will give him Kachikoshi, a chance that he'll be pushed up to Sekiwaki rank maybe for the next basho. Let's see. Wakanoyama Sato absorbs the charge, leans in. He's got one arm on, so as you can see, he looks a little bit nonchalant there with that other arm of his hanging loose, but suddenly whips into action. There you see, goes for that belt there. Does a good grip change as well, but Tosunomi's feet skid away, and Wakanoyama Sato gets his 8th win, his Kachikoshi, and possibly promotion. A few more bouts to go yet. And some prize money for the powerhouse as well. interesting bout. We have the Mongolian Asashoryu, 134 kilos against Dejima, who weighs in at the 158 kilos. They fought 5 times previously. Asashoryu's won 3 of those 5. Well, Dejima came out hard and fast, but it was Asashoryu who just shrugged off those arms of Dejima. It's a powerful wrestler. You can see the sort of head low of Dejima, drives into the chest, but then it's the arm work of Asashoryu that just shrugs off Dejima. So 9th win for Asashoryu. He's could well get another prize. He's won 4 tournament prizes already. This is only his 9th Makuuchi Basho. Seems to have been around for some time and exciting the crowd, but it's his 9th time. That's a year and a half of in sumo terms. Dejima notches his 4th loss. That's Masashi Maru and Hanamichi from the Eastern changing room, the Shitakubeya. Another Mongolian now, Kyokutenho. He's fighting Musoyama. Musoyama in his 12th Basho as Ozeki. Musoyama some 20 kilos heavier than Kyokutenho. Musoyama comes out hard and fast, drives in, but it's Kyokutenho. Well, it looks as though Musoyama hurt himself there. He's done something to his shoulder in that smash, the Atari, right at the beginning. Well, could well have dislocated. Let's watch right at the beginning. Look, they crashed into each other too much, but maybe it was the attempt at the Iwate throw there. No, it's before that. At that point, Musoyama starts to pull away. So that shoulder of his giving him trouble. So interesting to see whether he comes back for day 14. Kyokutenho gets the win. That's his 6th win. Now Kaiho fights Tochiazuma. 2 Ozekis. They fought each other 22 times in the past. Kaiho's won 15 of them, including the last 12. So Kaiho seems to have Tochiazuma's measure, but very hard start by Tochiazuma. But the overarm grip there on the forearm of Kaiho's decides that one. Well, that's one of his favourite techniques. He does like putting a lot of pressure on the opponent's arm. So there we see he drops that right arm down, turns a little bit to the side, piles his weight in on that arm. You can see it there, kotenagi in fact, not so much iwate-nagi. Forearm throw, and that dumps Tochiazuma. 4th loss for Tochiazuma. 9th win. His Tochiazuma's previous Basho, he had 10 wins. So he's got a chance to level that or even exceed it. He's not looking too good. Now Masashi Maru against Chiyotenzan. Now Masashi Maru in the lead with 12 straight wins. Now if Masashi Maru wins this one, day 13, that will win him the Basho, because there's no chance that the others can catch up. They're all 3 wins behind, and then there's only 2 other days left, day 14 and 15. So this will win him the Basho. So Chiyotenzan will come out even harder and faster than normal. He'll lead with a head. He'll go straight for Masashi Maru's chest. These are my predictions. With a bit of luck, he might just get that huge bulk of Masashi Maru going backwards and drive him out. Well, let's see how this one goes. Well, there's the head to the chest, hands to the chest as well, and one to the stomach. So Masashi Maru takes his first loss. That's interrupted his winning streak, so now he's got 12 wins and 1 loss, and Chiyotenzan's got 10 wins and 3 losses. So it still looks pretty much as if Masashi Maru's got a win. He only needs 1 more win in his last 2 days, and the money must be on that. So let's watch that. There goes the head, 2 hands on the chest of Masashi Maru, then there's one on the stomach as well, and over he goes. There's the bow twirling ceremony, and at the end of day 13, Masashi Maru slips a bit. He's got 12 wins and 1 loss. Right behind is Chiyotenzan and Kotoryu with 10 wins and 3 losses. Stay with us, we'll be back after the break.